Hey, everybody, welcome to You Have to Watch This podcast. I'm Alan.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Devon.
And today we're going to take a break from watching actual movies and talk about some movie trailers. The Marvel movie this time of year kicks off the summer movie season. So we're going to talk about movies that are coming out this summer and the trailers that we've seen and some that we haven't, but we're going to just talk about anyway.
We'll wing it.
Yeah, we'll wing it for a few of these, but most of these we've seen. I've at least seen the trailers for. I don't know if you guys did your homework. So you're going to be tested.
I've done some research. Don't worry.
There will be a quiz.
Okay.
There will be a quiz at the end. So
My trailer watching is going to be really random on this episode, to be perfectly honest.
I'm fully expecting Ryan to just talk about Detective Pikachu, and that's it.
You have no idea how excited I am for that movie. I have a stuffed Pikachu at home.
We'll get to that.
I bought it.
Good.
I bought it.
Nice.
I bought a stuffed Detective Pikachu that's about like 1.5 feet tall, and he's really cute and cuddly. I'm so happy.
Okay.
Oh, so proud of you.
Before we get to Detective Pikachu, we're gonna start with in May, and we're gonna go all the way through August because there's some things coming out in August. I think we're gonna have a good conversation about. So starting off May 3rd, Long Shot with Charlize Theron and Seth Rogen. Did you guys see the trailer for this?
I did.
What did you think?
I didn't jump in with an opinion because I don't know. It looks fine. It just looks fine.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's raunchy like Seth Rogen stuff usually is.
Right.
It seems like a movie that would have Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron in it. Like that's exactly what this movie feels like.
I feel like at some point there's going to be a marijuana joke to satiate the Seth Rogen fans, and mostly it's going to be exactly what you think it is. At least that's what it looks like to me. It doesn't look like it's going to game change anything or it's going to be the best movie. It just looks fine.
It's from the director of 50-50, which was that Joseph Gordon-Levitt has cancer and shaves his head on the poster movie.
Yeah. I fell asleep during that one. Was it good?
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, it was decent. Any thoughts? I think we saw this in front of Captain Marvel.
Yes,
so I know
actually,
you saw this one.
I had to look it up when Devin, when you were talking, I was like, Long Shot? What? And I had to look it up real quick, and then I saw the thing on IMDb. I'm like, oh yeah, I saw the trailer for this. I love this concept. Now, granted, it's been done before, but to me, this kind of she's, if I remember correctly, she's like a politician, like vice president or running for the presidency or something like that.
I think it's both. I think she's either she's some sort of politician running for office. So he's there to speech right for her. Yeah.
And I love the fact how you've got somebody who's just on top of her career, really influential. And then you've got him, which just kind of looks like
playing himself,
but at the same time also playing the part of half a society where it's people that have everybody says, oh yeah, go for your dreams, work as hard as you can, work for your dreams. And 60% of us are just I gotta settle for this. I feel like that's who he's who he is in this film. And the fact that there's kind of a love affair going on between the two, they kind of get together, to me, like you said, it's not as raunchy as his normal stuff, or at least it doesn't seem like it. I think I might like this because the tone is different. I like his humor. There are points where I feel like he needs to tone the jokes back because it's okay, it's done, it's good, I got it.
To me, there are two Seth Rogens. There's the stoner comedy Seth Rogen, and then there's the dramedy Seth Rogen, which I've seen a few times.
Yeah.
In Funny People and in 50-50, I feel like this is the more dramedy, with a little bit leaning towards a comedy.
Yeah.
So I like that Seth Rogen more than the Pineapple Express stoner buddy comedy Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
So,
and I feel like this would be a good middle ground.
Yeah.
It's to me it gave me the storyline is nothing like it, but it gave me flashes of not Head of State, but there was another one where he took over, somebody took over the politician's body, and it was kind of like the movie Head of State that Chris Rock was in, but it was different. It was, instead of him physically running for president, it was a guy like him taking over the body of a white politician.
Okay.
I don't know. It gave me vibes. Like I said, the storyline's completely different, but it gave me vibes of that.
Okay.
Interesting.
Political comedies are interesting.
They are.
They are.
They always are, because especially the good ones, the ones that hit a narrative without getting too specific,
Yeah.
is when they succeed.
My favorite is one that we did on the show back before Devon joined us, which was My Fellow Americans.
Yeah,
with
that's
Jack
a good
Lemmon
one.
And oh shit, James Garner.
Yeah. And that's a perfect example of that. Like,
Yeah.
sticking to a narrative, showing the good and bad, but at the same time not getting too specific about like certain things, like not going too hard on one
Right.
topic, just doing in general.
Yeah, and the political climate right now is so calm that I think a movie like this can just slide under the radar and not offend anyone. So,
Oh
Are
man,
you kidding me? You can't watch a baseball
a
game
joke.
without people getting ticked off.
Okay. So I might see this if it was on like Netflix or HBO. I'm not going to go see this in the theater.
Yeah.
This seems like the kind of thing that like I will go to see in the theater if I'm completely bored on a Wednesday and I'm like, you know what? Let's go see a movie. I've seen everything else.
Mr.
That's why I saw
AMC
that,
Movie Pass.
This might be a
Yeah.
first date movie. Like if none of
Yes.
us were married and we're going on first dates, let's go see that Seth Rogen, Charlize Theron one.
Yeah, it seems innocuous.
All right. Now moving on to a movie I have no interest in seeing, The Intruder with Dennis Quaid. Have you guys seen
Oh,
the trailer
boy.
for this?
I have.
No.
Okay, so
I'm looking at the
brief-
IMDb
Yeah, okay.
at the page right now, and
Yeah.
I'm
Brief summary.
yeah.
Dennis Quaid sells his house to this young couple. Young couple moves in. Dennis Quaid keeps showing up, like it being creepy. And it's exactly what you would think it would be.
Yeah.
And
He like
Actually, that
it shows
sounds
he
familiar.
might
I think
fall
I
in love
might
with
have
the
seen
wife,
this
but like
trailer.
whatever.
yeah. So and like the wife doesn't believe that the guy keeps showing up and is being devious, but the husband's like, no, he's evil. He like
And the
Did-
husband's gonna be right.
there are two types of Dennis Quaid movies right now. There's this, which is like a horror movie, and
Pineapple Express, Dennis Quaid.
yes. And then there's one that we'll get into later, which is like the family dog movie, Dennis Quaid. Like there's no in between. It's like either R rated or no, this isn't even R rated. It's PG-13. But like the horror mystery or the family puppy movie. Like
Yeah.
that's it. He runs
Yeah,
the
I don't-
gamut.
I'm watching the trailer on mute right now, and
Uh-huh.
it's giving me like some studio exec was like, you know, in Get Out.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting vibes that like some studio exec was like, Get Out was a hit. Let's see if we can do something similar. Like the trailer is just like giving me like just Get Out vibes, but like knockoff Get
Yeah.
Out vibes.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, have you guys ever heard of the like scary story of the Watcher house that like happened in real life?
No.
I feel like it's super loosely based on that. So some family moves into this house in New Jersey, and after living there for like, or not even moving in, after they like first buy the house, they get an unmarked letter in their mailbox that's like, "Hi, I've been watching you and your family, and I've been watching this house for a couple decades now. Bring your children in, please. I want to kill them." And then like a couple weeks later, like they keep getting letters from this person saying that they're the house's watcher, and that like it keeps implying that they're gonna like hurt or murder the family, and eventually the family's like, I don't want any part of this, and it feels so much like a cheap version of that cool real life story that I don't know. It's like someone sitting there and it's like, what if the Watcher was real and he was Dennis Quaid? And I'm like, ugh.
I feel like this movie is a bit of that, but it's also like, what if the Watcher was Randy Quaid but played by Dennis Quaid?
Good.
So
The one thing too
All right.
that I find funny is that the snapshot of the trailer has Dennis Quaid looking very angry, yelling upwards, and it looks very stereotypical. That's all I'm
Yeah.
going to say. It's very stereotyped. Very stereotyped.
there's definitely a photo on IMDb though that I want to Photoshop to make him look like the Joker. Because
yes,
that
I
is
just saw. Yeah,
too creepy.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That or make that my profile pic for no reason.
actually,
Oh, you
okay.
should.
Okay, so my favorite still on IMDb from this is the husband and wife like having just like a cute relationship moment in the kitchen, and then in the back window in the background, it's Dennis Quaid making the face that Alan just showed, looking through the window at them.
Yeah.
good.
If you want to play along with us at home, I'm just going through the coming soon on IMDb. If you have the app, go ahead and look at that. If you're on your computer, go ahead and pull that up in a tab while you're working.
Yeah.
That's what I have open.
All right, we're going to jump around a little bit on the third, and we're going to talk about Ugly Dolls. This is a movie I did not see the trailer for. I have no desire to see, but I know Pitbull's in it.
You never saw the trailer for this?
I saw the
No.
trailer for this.
I did not. Tell me what this movie is.
I've seen all of the trailers for this, not on purpose, but it keeps showing up on movies. It's the Kelly Clarkson Pitbull crossover we've all been waiting for. I don't know why you guys aren't excited about it.
Wait, whoa. Kelly Clarkson's in a movie again?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
I haven't seen her in a movie since From Justin to Kelly.
It's okay. So it's Kelly Clarkson, Nick Jones, or Jonas.
Yeah.
Jonas. As you can tell, I was not a Jonas
Yeah.
Brother fan.
I'm looking at, it's got a decent cast.
Yeah, it's got a real decent mix of people here too.
I guess I just have avoided this. I know Easter weekend, my sister was like, I'm going to take my daughter to see this. Her 3-year-old going on 3-year-old daughter. So
I'm upset though because I'm on the app on IMDb and I'm clicking trailer and it's just like it's turning blue, but it's not doing anything.
The trailer's
like
only
a
good if you
broken
can hear the
button.
song in the background.
what's the song
Yeah.
in the background?
I think it's called Don't Get Better Than This, and it features Pitbull very heavily.
Mhm.
As a grown adult, I don't think I want to see this movie. The commentary on it looks a little bit ham-fisted. The point of it is, here are these ugly dolls. They're ugly. They're going to invade this land called perfection, where everybody has to be perfect. But whoa, they're not perfect. But then in the end, they're all going to be perfect in their own way. And I feel like it's been done better and subtler before, or more subtly before,
Like Shrek?
than this. Yeah, even like Shrek.
It'll do better than emojis.
Oh,
It's not hard. It's not a hard ass.
Because
okay.
it's the same concept. If that's what this is, it's the same exact concept. Because I watched Emoji because I was bored one day.
How bored do you have to be to watch the Emoji Movie?
Because I was interested. Because okay. So here's the thing. I heard an interview on NPR with one of the actors. No. It wasn't it was the guy that did the voice of the snowman from wasn't the guy who did the voice for the snowman in Frozen one of the characters in Emoji?
No idea. Didn't see it.
Okay.
I can look. Hold on.
Josh Gad?
Yeah. I don't think he was an Emoji.
Or somebody. I might be crossing it. I might be crossing
Sure.
my interviews.
I don't think he was.
Okay, but I remember all of the hate for Emoji and what people were saying about how like other movies had done it better and how it was really basic and all this other stuff. And then I heard an interview from somebody who was involved with the movie talking about it and like what they wanted to do. And I was like, well, that sounded really heartfelt and interesting. So everybody hates it. So I wanted to kind of see what it was. And is it a good movie? No. Did it keep my interest though to actually watch it through once? It did.
No.
Like it's got some really funny moments. They're all cheesy and corny. It's definitely like a preteen movie.
I was gonna say that I agreed with everything you said, but only with Boss Baby. But I think the difference is I could watch Boss Baby again and be okay.
I haven't even watched Boss Baby yet.
Yeah, Boss Baby.
I'll have to watch Boss Baby. It's getting a lot of recommendation on here. We need to do an episode on Boss Baby.
Yeah, we might have to.
I would do it.
Not. We'll do that in honor of Ugly Dolls.
Yeah, good.
All right. Moving on to May 10th.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So
Oh boy.
before we get into that one, we're going to talk about some other stuff, and then we're going to just do a deep dive on what we're all excited for.
Yes.
Okay, so May 10th, we have three big ones. The first one I want to talk about is The Hustle with Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson. What do you guys know about this movie?
I
seen the
saw.
trailer for it.
I saw the
Okay.
trailer.
It is a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
What?
Yes.
Uh-oh. I better watch the trailer again.
Yeah, and you wouldn't know it unless you pay attention to the tagline at the end of the trailer. It says something about dirty rotten, and that's it. Like the tagline is these dirty rotten whatever.
Yeah.
And that's the only way they hint about that. But the plot's the same. It's the same movie, female centric. Flip the script. I need to rewatch Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Yeah.
Have you seen Dirty Rotten Scoundrels?
I've never heard of it until now.
No.
Oh, really?
Me neither.
Ooh. Well, we're doing that.
Yes.
Because that's Steve Martin and Michael Caine.
Oh, okay.
So.
Damn. All right, I would watch that.
So yeah, it's Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson playing.
Well, I mean, you've got me right
cons.
there. So.
Yeah. Okay.
You've got me on Hathaway, so I mean, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. It's not one that I'd see in theaters, but I definitely would check out the DVD, Blu-ray.
This is like a boring Netflix night kind of movie.
Yeah.
Like Emoji.
Sure.
Yeah. No, but okay, so I thought so the funniest moment in the trailer to me was the fact that Wilson's character is like a small time like scam artist, and Anne Hathaway is like the high roller one. And so she's teaching Wilson's character on how to be more like her. And my favorite moment in the trailer is when they go into a club and Wilson's character is dressed in this like supposed to be like a sexy black like leather-ish type like dress, and she runs out of the club and the security guards come out to find her and they're like, "Whoa, we were not seeing anything." And it's just a back alley full of like black garbage bags, and they run back inside, and then Wilson's character like stands up and turns around out of the pile of black garbage bags and like is straightening her dress. Like I actually like I seriously like laughed at that part because I just thought that was perfect.
That's a solid joke. I
That
hope
was
that's
a
not
good
the
one.
best joke in the movie, though.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
also, on May 10th, we have one of the only biopics I think we'll talk about, which is the Tolkien movie.
I think we'll talk about another one.
Oh, yeah, we will. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
As I
The
said,
Tolkien one looks good as long as it doesn't become too Slumdog Millionaire, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
So you know how like Slumdog Millionaire, have you seen the movie? Like
I
we
have
all
not. No.
I have, and I hated it.
Oh, I loved it because I love Bollywood, and this was like Bollywood light. But anyway, so the point of the movie was like he like won Who Wants to Be a Millionaire because of all of these random happenstances in his lives. And I'm afraid what this movie is going to do is reduce Tolkien's works to like, remember that time he was on the battlefield and saw a flamethrower? That's where he got Smaug from. Remember that time he was a kid and hid behind the thing? Scene with the ring wraiths. And they're going to take what he's created and reduce it to like these random things in his life that have happened. And I don't know if I love that idea.
The flamethrower into what?
Smaug the dragon.
Smaug. Benedict Cumberdragon.
Do you know who
You know
we're
in The
talking
Hobbit?
about?
I have
the
no
dragon.
idea what you guys who this is or who you guys are.
J.R.R. Tolkien, the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
It's his origin story.
Oh, okay. No,
His
totally on
origin
board now.
story.
Totally get it now. Totally
It's his
get it now.
origin. It's the prequel to The Hobbit, which is a prequel to the Lord of the Rings.
Okay, so he fought in World War I, from what I'm seeing
Yes.
on here.
Oh,
Okay,
I said
so-
two. Yeah, it's totally one.
To be honest, if he got the dragon from a flamethrower, that to me would make sense.
Here's my problem with this trailer, and I'll start off by saying I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings guy. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
But even I could tell with some of the shots in this trailer that they're just ripping off like the Fellowship of the Ring, like the movie.
And
like,
that's why I was afraid to be reductive.
it's like almost on the borderline of copyright infringement. Like him hiding behind the tree as the bullies go by. It's like, okay, come on. Like that. Can we not like?
But, and I'm going to wait till we talk. I'm going to put a pin in that, and we're going to wait till we talk about this other movie because I'm going to take that pin back out.
Okay. All right. So we'll move on to the other movie on May 10th. Detective.
Palms.
Yes, Palms. What is Palms? Because I'm seeing this on here.
It is. I've seen this one. It is an elderly lady who is dying of cancer reignites her passion for cheerleading in an old folks' home during her last days alive. It looks touching. It will make me cry.
Okay. So it's got Pam Grier
Proving that
and
you're
Diane
never too
Keaton.
old to bring it. That's in the description.
Oh, I thought you made that up. I was going to be so excited.
No, that's in the description. Proving that you're never too old to not, in quotations, bring it with an exclamation point.
Oh yeah. So this is the third sequel to Bring It On then?
I don't know.
It's like Bring It On from the nursing home.
Oh.
Ooh, there's a lot
don't
of the
have-
actresses in this I recognize.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I haven't seen this one, so I'll have to take your word
It's
on
all
it.
right.
I feel like this is
It
one
looks
that
like it'll be fun.
I feel like this is one that my wife will make me watch. So
Yes. Good.
all right. So the big one, May 10th, which is gonna make all the money. Like I think this might make enough to knock Endgame out of number one at the box office. Detective Pikachu.
I cannot
Yeah.
wait.
So it's been a long time since I've watched a Pokemon movie, but this feels like a great start to a Pokemon cinematic universe.
Yes.
I
You got
agree.
Ryan Reynolds as Detective Pikachu. Mewtwo shows up at the end of the trailer. I'm excited for this. Like, I'm not big into Pokemon. Like, I got back into it with Pokemon Go a few years ago, and then
Mhm.
here and there, like if I'm out at the park, I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think?
All right. All right. I'm gonna be maybe divisive here quick. Ryan Reynolds sold me on the movie. I think without him, I wouldn't be as excited about it. I don't know if I like what I've seen of the lead's acting so
Okay.
far. It seems like you can tell he's acting to nothing, and I don't think I like that. Maybe it's just because the trailers, maybe because I have really high expectations for what a Pokemon movie should be.
Okay,
I don't know.
You're talking about Justice Smith, the kid.
I think his name is
Okay.
Justice Smith.
He was the worst part of Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. I absolutely.
Maybe that's why I'm so mad at him.
Yeah, I think that might be why.
I'm trying to remember who he is in
He's
Tragic
the
Kingdom.
he's the kid who's like
Or
the
Dark
tech guy who helps them. You saw the sequel, like the
Yeah. I'm
He's
trying to.
he's the kid who disappears for like most of the movie, then shows back up at the end with no explanation, like as a waiter.
I don't remember him at all.
This kid.
Yeah, no, completely completely
Okay.
poofed out
That's
of my
how
memory.
great his part was.
But then if that's how great his part was, then I don't. Was it that important? Like, what did he do? Like,
He helped Bryce Dallas Howard open the vents or something, like or she helped them find Blue.
okay,
He helped them find Blue. Like he
Okay.
did something with the computer, and I don't know. That movie is bullshit. But let's talk about Pikachu. Because
But I am excited for the movie. I think some of the character models in some of the Pokemon are different than I would have done them, and I think that's neat.
yeah, it's been so long. Like this is exactly what I want from a Pokemon movie. Like the possibilities from here. Like if you establish a Pokemon movie with a talking Pokemon, I think it's easier to go to the route of Pokemon who can't talk and are just
Around.
like cockfighters, because that's pretty much what Pokemon are.
Right. I mean, but that's kind of how they frame it in the trailer, it looks
Yeah.
like.
Ryan, what are your thoughts? I know you've been waiting to get to this since the beginning of the year when that first
I
trailer
I'm
have,
so
came out.
I have.
excited.
Okay, so first off, Devin, yes, this movie I would not be as excited for this film if it wasn't for Ryan Reynolds playing Pikachu. One, that is a
Oh.
fact.
Yay.
So because I with who Ryan Reynolds has become for
Mm.
movies in general and for the like geek nerd fan base, like who he's turned into, I don't see anybody else playing this role and having this kind of enthusiasm for it. Like,
Can I
because
throw
of
a
it.
name out there? I don't know if you guys have been following like the behind the scenes on this or not. There was another name that was being thrown around a lot for this, to the point where they even tested it.
who?
Danny
Who?
DeVito.
No,
No?
no,
What?
no.
What?
My issue
I don't
with
know.
my issue with
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is I don't want Pikachu to be just a PG-13 Deadpool. Like I don't want just kid-friendly Deadpool. That's my biggest worry about it. Like I just don't want it to be
So
that smartness.
here's my like red flags going up when you say that, because I have a feeling I'm gonna hear other people say that,
Mhm.
and I feel like people are saying that just because it's just his voice, and in Deadpool, except for the parts where he has his mask off, it's just his voice.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling people are going to say it's too similar to Deadpool if Pikachu's a little like snappy and witty and snarky.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's just because it's Ryan Reynolds and not because he's acting like Deadpool.
I just don't want. I want some variety in my Ryan Reynolds. Like I don't want him to just be playing the
Just
smart
friends
ass all the time. Yeah. That's your go-to for Ryan Reynolds? Just
no,
friends?
that's not my go-to, but that's different than Deadpool. And that's different than Deadpool from X-Men Origins.
Well, everything's different from
And
Deadpool.
then there was that independent movie he did that was done by a Canadian film company where he plays the father of a daughter who was kidnapped and missing, and he was trying to find her. If you want to see Ryan Reynolds play a drama role and see the depth of his performance capabilities, that's a movie. I'm going to look it up right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just worried that Pikachu's going to fall too close to Deadpool. I'm still excited for the movie. I just don't want it to just be that.
Yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from with that, and I don't want it to be. It seems like they've given him a quirk where he really loves coffee, and I feel like that's their way of trying to differentiate him.
Yeah.
The movie's called The Captive.
Okay.
That I was talking about. It's
interesting.
It's really good. But anyway.
He's run the gambit in his career, and I just don't want to see him keep doing the same type of character in these big franchises. Like I want him to change it up. Like do more of the Hitman's Bodyguard, like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Where that's more action centric and not just commentary and snarky jokes about what's happening.
Okay, I got you. So, but it's not just Ryan Reynolds playing as Pikachu. From a kid, like I was in 5th grade in 1995, 1995, like 1994, 1995 school year. So, that's when, like, if I remember correctly, at grade level, that's when like Pokemon hit like the peak in like the 90s when it first came out. Granted, it's grown since then, but like at first, when it first came on the scene, like it was out for a couple months, and then Red and Blue came out, and then the TV show came out, and I watched that religiously. Like I ran home to watch the Pokemon series, like Ash and Misty and Brock, and like all of that, that whole storyline, and then playing the video games nonstop. Like I still have my Pokemon Red.
Nice.
Like I still have it. I still have my original storyline saved. Like I have not like redone it at all.
Did you catch them all?
For what's in the game, yeah. Like you couldn't get everything because you had to get Blue, and then you had to get like the transfer cable to like trade with other kids, which you all know me in single player, so I'm not into that. But anyway, so and then Pokemon the movie came out, the first one. And I went to go see it, and I still have my Pokemon cards from like the original series. And I went to go see that. I got the Mewtwo card for being like, for watching it on the first day in the box office. So I got that I got that card.
I still have my Pokemon cards around here somewhere.
I got
right there. I see them.
I got it on VHS the day that it came out, and when I was in and out of the hospital, because it was 5th grade and it was the middle school years that I was really like in and out of the hospital. Like that VHS got worn out because I watched that movie on repeat. Because I'd watch that movie and then I'd stop and watch the show when it aired, and then when it stopped airing, I'd put the movie back in again.
It's been so long since I've seen the movie. Maybe we'll have to revisit that for
like the original one, not the ones they made after that.
Yeah, I know.
But so then my Pokemon thing kind of died out because as soon as like Gen 2 and Gen 3 came out, like Gen 2 added like an extra like 100 or 75 like Pokemon to like the listing. Yeah. And it was just one of those things where it was like, no, like this isn't, being like an original fan of it. Like, no, I'm done. So I stopped caring about it. I'd say probably like in the late 90s. And then like Pokemon Go came out. I tried that for a little bit, but then all of the bugs that the thing had, like I stopped playing it. And then this movie came out, and this from somebody who is a target audience when it first came out in the 90s. This couldn't be any better with the depiction of the Pokemon. The graphic effects are there to make it at that exact level that I want. The fact that they have Pikachu being like the type of person that he is, like the one for like the movie, which to me, it doesn't matter what the personality is because there's millions of Pikachus. So like they could do another movie down the road where they have a Pikachu that's like, like it could be the villain.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe Detective Pikachu is the villain.
So
you don't know.
I think your excitement for Detective Pikachu is the same excitement I had for Power Rangers.
Yeah.
It's
right there.
That's exactly how I felt. So hopefully you get more movies out of this one than I did for mine.
It's just, I mean, and this movie from the looks on the trailers is done to where I want it, to where it doesn't bother me that they have Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4 Pokemon in it, because they show that they have other generations in it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't bother me at all, simply because of how well it looks.
I mean, I think they're going to have those other generations in there, but they're going to lean heavily on the Generation 1.
Yeah, especially with that scene with all of the Bulbasaurs and Squirtles they're showing, like, just walking around. Like, that scene itself was just like, yes! Like, it was like Pikachu being Starkey, yes!
Here's my question without seeing the movie. Do you think if this is the start of a franchise, you can go from having a talking Pokemon in one movie to a series of movies where no Pokemon talk?
No. And I'll give you an answer why. Because even in the cartoon, they had a talking Pokemon that stretched the gambit all the way through.
Meowth.
And
so do you think, but can you do an Ash Ketchum story without focusing too much on Team Rocket and Meowth?
You can focus on it as much as they did in the show.
Okay.
Like,
I guess I forgot about Meowth.
Because I mean,
I did too.
Here's the thing with it, and even in the cartoon, like they bring up, like, almost every episode there would be some person walking by, is that Pokemon talking? Like, everybody was like shocked by it, but they did say in the cartoon and in the video game, they even have it that yes, it is extreme. Like, yes, like 98% to 99% of Pokemon only say their name when they communicate, or that's the sound that they make, and that's how they were named. There's like a very, very, very few percentage of Pokemon that can actually speak English or whatever language that they're like in. And that's where you could have a movie where like only one Pokemon talks, and it could do the translating. But I feel like they did a good job with like not having everybody being able to hear Pikachu, because I feel like that might have been too much of a stretch for people. It's like, hey, look at all these Pokemon that nobody can communicate with, but then there's this one that can.
Yeah.
So it's good that they have it, that it's kind of like a bonding thing between the two characters. That part I really liked.
Yeah, right. I can get with that.
Yeah, me too.
So that's the end of my like rant of the excitement. So that's like where that's everything I've had inside that I wanted to say since I saw the first.
Are you going to go see it opening weekend?
If I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is one I'd probably check out at like the drive-ins, because we have a drive-in theater near us that does double features unless it's Endgame, and then I'd go see it if it was.
That sounds perfect for that.
Something good.
I would love to see this at the drive-in.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to May 17th. This is the most ironic weekend. So, John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum comes out, along with A Dog's Journey, the other Dennis Quaid movie. So yeah, I haven't seen John Wick 2, but I'm excited for John Wick 3. What do you guys think of John Wick in general?
Can't wait. I can't wait. I love John Wick. I am not a huge just straight action movie junkie. These movies are exceptional.
Yeah.
Go see 2, damn it. It's so good.
Okay. I saw the panel for 2 at New York Comic Con back when they had it, because it was with going back to the Power Rangers. It was with that panel because it's the same studio. So
cool.
So I got to see the trailer, and that Keanu Reeves came out and talked about bringing in Lawrence Fishburne. But I wanted to see 2. It's just one of the things that fell through the cracks. So I'll probably check it out before 3 comes out. But I've been getting like the notifications on my phone for 3 because I texted the viral marketing number. So every few weeks I get something from them like, time to make your reservations at the hotel. Like they're doing a really good job marketing this one. Have you seen the John Wick movies?
No.
Okay.
And here's my thing. I have no doubt in my mind that they are exceptional movies. So I'm not like, I haven't seen them because like, oh, I don't want to see this stupid. No. I got burnt out on classic one man, like against the world action movies. And I haven't really seen one since, or watched a modern one since like high school.
Okay.
And it's because, and you guys, I think, will understand this and be like, okay, yeah, you know, we see that. I got burnt out on them with all of the action, like 80s and 90s action films that I love.
Yeah.
So there are so many of those type of action films that I have from like the 90s and 80s that I like absolutely love, that I feel like whenever like a kind of like the Jason Bourne movies and then the Wick movies and like Transporter and like stuff like that, it's like I have so many of that genre in my collection already that I see the trailer and I'm just like, I've seen this storyline before.
Okay.
So that's
okay. Storyline I will give you. It is a revenge flick. I put it on the list. We're gonna make you watch it. The reason I think you will enjoy it is because of the people behind the camera. It's from it's directed by the stunt coordinators from The Matrix.
okay.
So these are guys who know what they're doing when it comes to fight scenes. So I think you will enjoy it. So we're gonna watch it.
And here's the thing
for the podcast,
and I'm fine with that for the podcast. And the reason why I've avoided these movies unintentionally. I'll fully say that. It's not because I think they're bad. It's not because I think I'm not going to like them. It's not because of any of that. It's just because it's one of those things where it's like I've had my like I'm on the prowl of like looking for different genres because I have Virtuosity, I have Demolition Man, I have Speed, I have all these films. I have seen the video of him practicing for these films.
Yeah.
I've seen video of his gun work. I've seen video of, you know, I've seen clips. I've seen people put music to some of the like gunfire scenes. Spectacular. It looks great. It's just it's at the point where like, oh cool, a John Wick movie. This seems interesting, and then something else catches my interest of a genre that I haven't seen that much of. And so I'm geared more towards that than John Wick, simply because it's like I'll go, you know, like I'll go home and watch, you know, Starship Troopers, you know, for an action film.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll totally interested though for the podcast.
Yeah. So we'll do John Wick, maybe 1 and 2 for the podcast. So
I can't wait.
All right. So moving on to, because we got to get moving. We're still in May. May 24th, we got 2 big ones. First one I want to talk about is Brightburn. Do you guys know about Brightburn?
Yes, and I cannot wait.
All right, so this is being marketed very heavily as a James Gunn movie. He produced it.
Yeah.
But I like him. It was written by his brothers, so I like James Gunn enough that he was on set for like the whole shoot. I'm excited for this. This movie is pretty much what if Superman came to Earth and was evil, regardless of the Kents raising him.
Right, and I love that because like that totally could have happened, like in the Superman mythos. It's like he didn't have to be this paragon of good, and that's so cool.
Yeah, this is a great concept that I am super excited to see, and will probably, if I can, go see this in theaters.
I'm with you.
So, do you think he turns evil because he's evil, or do you think he turns evil because of the abuse he suffers at school that they show in the trailer?
I don't know. I'm excited to see the movie to find out.
Same here. It was just a question I wanted to ask.
I've only seen the trailer once. I'm not like, probably should have said this at the top. I'm not huge on trailers. I had to like sit down and make myself watch trailers for this. Like I'll see like the teaser trailer and then I'm good. But I did see the follow-up teaser for the trailer for this once, and I was like, okay. I'm completely on board now.
Because one of the things that I like about the trailer for this is that it makes you think, because it shows scenes of like, this kid's just evil. Like he's just evil. There's no, like, he could be surrounded by puppies and sunshines and kittens his entire life and he'd still wind up wanting to rip their heads off. Or they also show that, you know, it's like everybody's kicking his ass. Like there's nobody standing up for this kid. He's getting picked on at school. His parents don't understand what he's going through. So like, I love that like thought of like who like what is actually the cause of it. And I
Mhm.
only know about this film. I think you might have brought it up at some point, but
Mhm.
I might have like read it and like I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
It was shared on a meme on Facebook
Ah.
that the trailer was attached to, and the memes and the words said, "What if we what if we drop Superman in real life? Like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
happens to Superman
Yeah.
if we just send him over to society? Like,
I hope this movie starts that does a thing that Split did, which is introduce it as a sequel to another James Gunn movie, and Rainn Wilson just comes in and hits the kid with a wrench. Have you guys seen Super?
I have. I love Super.
Yeah.
I know the reference, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I know the reference.
It was on Netflix for the longest time, so you probably saw like the poster of him with the wrench and the red
Yeah.
costume. All right. So moving on from Brightburn, which I think we all wanted to see, correct?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Here's one that I'm iffy on, and I don't want to be iffy on this. Aladdin.
All right. Tell me. Okay. So I'll give my thoughts quick, but I'm super curious about yours. I think it looks fine. I think it looks as good as Beauty and the Beast was. I think they did a perfect job casting Aladdin. I think there's never going to be a perfect Jafar because he is so not human looking in the cartoon that you'll never get him right. And I think there's no instance where a blue Will Smith will ever play well, but I think it looks as good as it could.
Okay.
I hate that argument. I'm just going to say it
Okay.
right now.
Blue
Dude,
Will
that's fine.
Blue Will Smith is not a problem that I have with this movie. I'm okay with
Okay.
98% of this movie. Like what
Okay.
bothers me is how shitty the music sounds in the trailer. And I'm not talking about them singing. I'm talking about the synthesized like just music that plays behind them. Like it sounds like it's a temp score, which I'm hoping it is. I hope that they go in and get like the Hollywood Symphony to go in and do the actual score to this movie. But the music that I've heard in both trailers for this just makes me cringe. Like
Really? I've never picked up on that.
Go back and listen to it. And
Yeah.
It's because he's a movie sound nerd,
Yeah.
Devin. It's because he's
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that jumped out at me. Like I was like when they first showed the blue genie and people were freaking out. I was like, okay, like it's still early on, and that wasn't a great clip to show. That's fine.
Right.
But like the latest trailer where they actually do a little bit of Friend Like Me, I'm excited for that. Like Will Smith in the world where you can't get Robin Williams as the genie again.
Right.
Will Smith makes sense. I don't know if Guy Ritchie is the guy to direct this movie, but I'm getting a little bit of a Bollywood feel from it, from like the dance numbers and just like the set dressings and the costumes and the bright colors. So I'm really excited to see this. This is one that I have to see at the drive-ins though, because my first memory of going to the movies is seeing Aladdin at a drive-in.
Aww.
So,
and to be honest, having a Bollywood feel for this makes sense, and I feel is the only way to actually do it.
yeah.
Because the cartoon itself, like the original Aladdin, the cartoon, that was an animated Bollywood film.
Yeah.
That was a movie that somebody saw live action and they decided to animate every scene. Because if you really watch Aladdin, the cartoon, that's a Bollywood movie. Like make that live action, that's a Bollywood movie.
Yeah.
Like
I will give this credit just from the trailers because it does not look like a shot-for-shot remake like other ones that we will talk about later. I will give them credits for that, but I'm excited for it. Got to see it at the drive-ins. Ryan, what do you think?
I'll eventually see it.
Yeah,
like I will. It just I don't like. I was really excited for Beauty and the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Like super was.
Yeah.
Like that was Beauty and the Beast. The original cartoon was the first Disney movie that like people back then considered to be more of like a girls like Disney movie. Like that was one of the first ones that like I grabbed that I really really liked as a kid. So I was really excited for that. Now I'm more excited for Lion King and everything
we'll
I've
get into
seen.
that. We'll talk
get
about
to
that
it.
later.
I'm not going to touch on it any more than that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm more excited for Lion King than I am about Aladdin, which we will talk about more when we get to that one.
Okay.
Yes.
So moving on from Aladdin, there's one more movie coming out on the 24th of May there isn't a trailer out for, but I thought I'd mention. It's called Ad Astra. It stars Brad Pitt and Tommy Lee Jones. and
man.
it's a sci-fi mystery in space. Astronaut Roy McBride travels to the outer edges of the solar system to find his missing father and unravel a mystery that threatens the survival of our planet.
That's all of my check boxes.
I'm going to say that if this ends up being a secret sequel to Event Horizon, my geek bone is going to rattle.
Looking at the cast, you've got Tommy Lee Jones and Donald Sutherland. So if anything, it's a secret sequel to Space Cowboys.
That would be funny as hell.
Oh yeah.
But the fact that there's no trailer out for it yet, as of the Tuesday before Endgame, I don't think it's going to come out next month. I think it's probably going to get pushed back to the fall or winter.
Or something that you can actually look this up. Okay, this is an actual thing that is something that I talked about that in high school. There was a class that I had that we talked about it. And usually movies where they don't have the trailers don't come out until really, really close to the actual release date do really, really well. Believe it or not. So I wonder if that's the thing. They're just holding it back because they don't want to get the hype up.
Something this big budget, though, I feel like they're going to want to market it correctly. And I don't think... we might get the trailer for it by the time I post this, or by the time Endgame comes out. But this is the time for trailers. All the trailers for the next 6 months are going to be out in front of Endgame because everyone wants to be in those. They want their movies in front of that movie because everyone's going to see it. It's going to make all the money. And
I'm
then
so excited.
But okay, moving on. May 31st. We got 3 big ones. Real quick, we'll talk about Maw. Have you guys seen the trailer for Maw?
I have.
I mean, this not my cup of tea. It's about a woman who gets alcohol for kids and then pretty much stalks them.
Yeah.
Meh.
Creepy.
All right, and then Godzilla King of the Monsters.
I cannot
I'm on board.
wait.
Which just released a new trailer today.
Oh no! Did it?
It wasn't that much different. It was just more monsters and name dropping Mothra and all of that. So.
Oh, they actually name dropped some of them.
Yeah.
Well, they've been showing them.
Mm-hmm. They've been showing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were calling them.
I'm excited to see how this connects back to Kong Skull Island, because it's supposed to. It's a connected universe. I'm pretty sure Tywin Lannister.
You didn't know that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tywin Lannister is playing Loki's character from Kong. I hope that's how they connect it, because the age difference, the time difference with the ages makes sense. And they're both British.
Yeah. All right.
I'm excited for this. This is one that I either see on Blu-ray or at the drive-ins. I'm not going to just go to the theater opening weekend and see this.
I'm going open. I saw an extended preview of it because I saw something in IMAX, and it looks so good.
This would be great to see in IMAX. If I had an IMAX near me showing it, I would probably check that out.
The thing is, I'm like a low level Godzilla fan, because I love those type of movies, and just knowing that Mothra and Raiden and the king, the 3-headed king, he's in it. This, me as a little kid watching Sci-Fi Channel, watching the Godzilla movies from the 80s and very early 90s, this is what I've been waiting for, a new modern live action, fully using modern technology to make these movies. This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
I love the last Godzilla movie. I even love the Godzilla movie with Matthew Broderick. I think it's the funniest thing that's ever been made.
It's been so long since I've seen that we need to go back and revisit that.
Yeah,
that will be coming soon.
Yeah, I cannot wait for this.
The last movie in May that we're going to talk about is the Elton John biopic. So Devin, get that pin ready and pull it out. Rocket Man.
Taking that pin. All right. So first off, I'm excited about this movie. So the movie, if you've seen some of the trailers, makes it look like it's fantastical, and it's fantastical on purpose. They're not going to show you a straight biography of this man. It's going to be as fantastical and imaginative as this person's music is. What if they're doing something very thematically similar, but for Tolkien, where, how there's that scene of Elton John, in the trailer, he falls into the pool, and you see the little baby in the spacesuit playing a piano, and he reaches for it, And like clearly that didn't happen. What if that's the kind of shit that they're pulling in Tolkien too, where it's not necessarily a one-to-one like we're doing it because here's a thing you recognize to make you care about this, but we're doing it as this is just his imagination and how you have to see him.
I'd be more okay with it. It's just what worries me the most about Tolkien is that it's stuff that we've seen already. Like,
yes, that's
composing the same shots from the Lord of the Rings movies, even though they're not it's not the Lord of the Rings movies. Like, that's iffy to me. But with Elton
John, it feels a little more hacky.
Yeah, with this one, it's fantastical. So you'll get those elements of it, and it's not something we've actually seen before. Maybe on like an album cover, but that's it. But I'm really excited for this movie. I'm excited for the fantastical element that they're not really showing in a lot of the trailers. There's hints of it, but I'm glad that they're not just leaning heavily into that.
Yes.
So, what do you think?
I cannot wait for Rocket Man. And to go back to Tolkien, that's exactly how I would make his movie. I'm just saying. Because so as somebody who's never read the books, who's only seen the movies, I'm going to try to do this as fast as I can.
Yeah.
For somebody who's never read the books, who's only seen the movies, the only way that you can do a movie about the guy who created that universe is to, and not make it some boring sap war movie, is to actually make it that the only way that he could comprehend the crap and hell that he was going through was his imagination. And he used his imagination and what he went through and what he saw to make those books. So doing shot for shot what they did in Lord of the Rings for Tolkien the movie makes perfect sense. That's how I would make the movie.
It makes sense, but at the same time, think of another way to do it. Is it too much? It's taking somebody else's work and just copying and pasting. I feel like there's better ways to.
But if that's how you're trying to show that he got the idea to make the storyline, you're not going to make it shot for something that he didn't do. You're not going to make him see things that he didn't put into the story.
What my problem is, it's not copying his work; it's copying Peter Jackson's work,
which,
from what I've seen,
was off of what was in the books.
Yes, but from a filmmaking standpoint, you're not copying the book; you're copying another filmmaker at another studio's work. Frame wise, like just composition wise, like it's just too similar for me.
Okay, that's fine if it's for you. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that's how I would do it.
Yeah, okay,
that's exactly how I would do it. So you'd be saying the same thing about my movie, jerk. You'd be saying the same thing.
Regardless, I'm excited for Rocket Man. I'm gonna see it.
Rocket Man looks amazing.
Yeah,
I cannot wait.
I can't wait.
It's gonna do better than Bohemian Rhapsody. Saying it flat out right now. I really think it's going to do better than Bohemian Rhapsody, and I love Bohemian Rhapsody.
I hope it does. Like, nothing against Bohemian Rhapsody. I hope it does better, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like they're going to get a lot of backlash for the drug use in this.
But that's
I know
you're going to get backlash from the drug use.
I'm worried that studios are going to interfere and make them cut stuff that's pivotal to the story. And
you mean like how Japan did with Bohemian Rhapsody?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so we're
moving on.
We're almost at an hour. Do we want to rush through June and July and August and make this a long episode, or we just want to do May?
I mean, we don't have to go over everything that might be popular.
No, there's a lot. A lot of what we covered, we saw the trailers for. A lot of the stuff we're about to cover doesn't have trailers. Yeah. So it's not like we're going to spend the next 30 minutes talking about X-Men Dark Phoenix. But let's talk about X-Men Dark Phoenix. I was iffy on this movie until the latest trailer. Like, this is one of those movies, like I said, I'm not big on trailers. This is one that I'm like, meh, I'll watch the trailers for. I need to be convinced to see this. And I've seen every X-Men movie in theaters, going back to the beginning of this 20-year-old franchise. Wow. So, yeah. So now I'm going to see this regardless, because I need that perfect record before they scrap the whole thing. I went from iffy on this movie to kind of excited for it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm not on board. I'm sorry.
Oh, really?
And I've always been excited for this from the beginning. So this is perfect. We have 3 different views on this.
I did see something online that made a good point about this movie, though. In X-Men Apocalypse, she uses the Phoenix powers, but then in Dark Phoenix, somehow she gets those powers that she already used. So
I
Which
hate that.
okay, I'm sorry, but that's not rational at all. For one, because she's always had those powers. They've always been dormant, okay? So
yeah, no,
it's one of those things where it's like they always show the
she
people
has
with
the
these
Phoenix
super
power. She doesn't
powers.
have the Dark Phoenix power. She gets the Dark Phoenix in this
She
one.
gets the Dark Phoenix in this, but she's
Yeah.
always had that strength, and
Yeah.
it came out because she really, really needed it, and it was one of those things.
One thing I will give this movie, I guess I can give this movie credit for, is they kill a main character in the trailer.
But do they?
They do.
I know they do, but you never know.
That's if they don't, and it's something completely different, I'll be so surprised.
Yeah, considering how little effort they put into her makeup for that scene, they definitely killed her. But
all I've got to say is that I've been excited from this from day one. Every trailer I've seen has made me feel has made me more excited. That's it.
I will give this movie credit because it cannot be any worse than The Last Stand.
Was it that bad?
The Last Stand?
Yeah.
You're talking about X-Men 3.
You never saw X-Men 3?
Probably not.
The one with the cure where Magneto moves the Golden Gate Bridge?
Oh, then yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I was going to say, I don't want to have to do that for the podcast. Don't make us do that for the podcast.
No, I prevent you from doing that podcast. Devin, if you haven't seen that, you can watch it on your own. We're not talking about that one. We're not talking about
I'd rather watch X-Men Origins.
I would much rather do X-Men Origins.
Yeah, but this is going to be the last one in the main X-Men franchise from Fox since Disney just bought them out. So this will be the last time we see Charles Xavier for a while. Moving on, Secret Life of Pets 2 also comes out June 7th. This one has the main dog recast from Louis C.K. to Patton Oswalt. So upgrade there.
Yes.
I liked parts of the first one. Like I remember seeing the first one at the drive-ins and just
You were
losing it at the sausage
obnoxious.
scene. Yeah. That was ridiculous. I enjoyed that scene more than I enjoyed that Ghostbusters movie.
What scene?
I said it. They'd go to a sausage factory and they're just like daydreaming about hot dogs.
Think of a family version of that dirty food movie that they made. Whatever it's called.
Sausage Party.
Sausage Party.
Sausage Party, yeah.
Think of a family version of Sausage Party, but at a sausage factory.
Ew.
That was my reaction. His reaction was laughing so loud that the entire drive-in heard him.
I mean, it's outdoors. They're going to hear me. Like,
Yeah, it's outdoors, which makes it even more impressive. It just makes it even...
I'm a loud person. I'm part Italian, man. Like that's just in my blood.
Blame it on your heritage.
I mean,
Fine.
On that note, I'm going to turn down my levels just a bit.
Sorry.
No, my levels.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. The Mindy Kindling movie, Late Night with Emma Thompson, is also out that weekend. Pretty much, Emma Thompson plays a late night talk show host, and Mindy Kindling comes in and starts writing for her.
I'm not a fan of Mindy Kindling. She actually makes me not want to watch movies, but this actually looks interesting to me. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'm apathetic. I mean, I feel like this is on the same level as the Seth Rogen movie for me.
I like behind the scenes of like writers' room type stuff. Like that. I just like that kind of movie, so I'll probably check this out at some point.
There's already 184.
Amazon.
There's already 184 ratings.
Yeah,
because
because
movie on IMDb.
Yeah, because it premiered at a film festival.
Well, it's got a
got
6.3
it.
out of 10.
It's not horrible.
It's not horrible, no.
It's a watch it on Netflix kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, June 14th, Men in Black International. What do you guys think of this one?
Oh, I can't wait.
And do we think that they're going to keep Liam Neeson in it?
No, not at all. He is trailer bait to get you to go see the movie, and he's gone.
No, do you think that considering everything that happened with him earlier this year that they're going to leave him in the movie?
What happened earlier this year?
Oh shit!
He
I
told
think
that-
they have to. I think yeah.
He told that story about wanting to hunt down a black guy because his friend was raped.
Hang on, Liam Neeson's part of the Men in Black universe?
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
the head of the European division, like the international division of the Men in Black.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like Rip Torn, but over in France.
I think, I mean, unfortunately, they're going to do something with cutting him out at some in some manner.
I mean, he's right there in the poster.
Yeah.
So
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I if they were going to go back and reshoot this movie, I feel like they would have done it already, and they haven't said that
Yeah.
they did. Regardless of Liam Neeson, I hope that whole thing is like done with, because
Same.
he just shouldn't have said what he said. Like, it was just
Exactly.
a dumb story. I get where he was trying to come from, but it did not come across that way. But anyway, Emma Thompson's returning. She was in Men in Black 3 playing the Q role. You got Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, so it's a Thor Ragnarok reunion. Those two had really great comedic timing together in Ragnarok. I'm excited to see what they do in this.
Different director, though, right?
Different director, yeah. It's
so
not.
It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, this one's from
Yeah.
the director of The Fate of the Furious and Straight Outta Compton and The Italian Job. So,
Okay.
so it runs a game. But I'm excited for more Men in Black, and I think if this is a hit, yeah, I think you can get Will Smith back down the line. We don't need Will Smith in this one. Like, reboot it without him. Don't absolutely need him in this. It would be cool down the line to bring in Josh Brolin's K, because then you have Thor, Valkyrie, and Thanos in the same movie. And
That would be exciting.
That would be. I'm excited for this. I hope we get a new trailer this week in front of Endgame.
I agree.
Okay. Real quick, Shaft.
No.
Anybody care?
No.
Okay.
Side note, before you move on, please don't skip over Dead Don't Die. Do you know this movie?
No,
Does
I
anyone
don't.
else know anything about this movie? It is a zombie movie where they all are aware of what zombies are, starring Adam Driver, Chloe Sevigny, Tilda Swanson, Bill Murray, Steve Buscemi, Selena Gomez, Carol Kane, Danny Glover, Tom Watts, Rosie Perez, Iggy Pop. Like, holy shit, this movie.
Oh, man. I think just by telling my wife that Iggy Pop is in this, that we will be going to see this.
So
I saw that the trailer came out. I never actually saw it.
So this sets in a world where zombies attack, in a world where people joke about zombies and know what zombies
literally
are.
they come into a scene where zombies clearly attacked, and Adam Driver goes, "Yeah, I think it's zombies."
Cool.
Yeah, you know what? I'm on board. I thought zombies were like creative white noise for the longest time. I'm on board with this one.
Yeah, I'm on board with this too, because you haven't really seen Bill Murray in a comedy in a long time.
Oh, it's June 14th, my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. That's your free birthday movie.
There we go.
And
zombies aren't just white noise.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was
director.
going to skip that one. Okay,
It's fun.
June 21st, we have two big ones.
Big one.
Both about toys.
Weird.
First off is Child's Play, where Chucky is AI and voiced by Mark Hamill. And I gotta say, from the latest trailer, he does not sound as much like the Joker as I thought he would.
No, I don't like the character model for Chucky. I'm just gonna say that now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the Chucky movies to begin with.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be another failed reboot attempt, but they've got a good cast, like Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah,
who else?
I'm excited for her.
Mark Hamill is voicing Chucky. Brian Henry is in here. I'm okay with this. Like, I'm probably not going to go see this one. It's not my cup of tea, but good for them.
I feel like
I'm gonna try to see it.
I feel like this is going to be a combination of the typical like 80s, 90s like slasher film.
Mm-hmm.
There was another movie about a serial killer that got into the electrical system and like terrorized a family by like using the appliances in the house to kill them. I feel like this is going to take those two directions and put them together.
Yeah.
Because it looked like Chucky had the capability of like controlling anything that was connected to Wi-Fi.
I think it's anything that's connected to that company's system. So
Yeah.
like it's like if Alexa came to life in a doll and was able to kill you.
Oh, so like Toy Soldiers
Yeah, pretty much.
with Mark Hamill.
Smart House.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't need
you
to see
go.
Child's Play. I've seen
Yeah.
Toy Soldiers.
Yeah. Okay. And then the other toy movie is Toy Story 4.
I was so against this movie for so long, but I'm so on board now.
Okay. Yeah, I was iffy on this movie. but then I saw that they had Rashida Jones come in to write it, and then she left.
I didn't see that.
She left at some point, so I don't know if her name's actually still on it, but I don't know what this movie is. Like from the trailer, it feels like it's just a rehash of Toy Story 3 to a point.
The trailer is leaning into the part of Pixar that I like, where there's that feels moment, and the trailer is going, "Hey guys, we're still gonna have this. Don't worry." And fine, I'll see anything Pixar comes out with. I love Pixar. I'm sold on it. I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah, I'll probably go see this too because I've seen Toy Story has been such a big part of my life. Like, how can I not go see Toy Story? My 3-year-old niece is excited for this movie. Like, she loves Toy Story. She sings all the songs like from Toy Story 1 and 2. Like, it's amazing. But Ryan, what are your thoughts?
I've been excited for it since the Spork.
Okay.
I like sporks.
Sporky.
So, the trailer though I feel is very like blunt about what it is. Like, they go out, Woody goes off the rails. He finds Bo Peep. They're trying to find their way back. The little girl from the end of 3 invents her own toys, so it became alive. Like, I feel like it's really just like it. I feel like it's very blunt in the trailer what this movie's about. I also
just feel like besides the sporky stuff, it's all stuff that we've seen before.
Yeah, I know, but that's what audiences want.
Yeah.
They want to be, they don't want anything too shocking. They want similarities.
My biggest hesitation for this movie is from seeing Tom Hanks post stuff on social media about all of the crew in the sound booth crying at his last take. I don't want to see Woody die. I do not need to actually see Woody die.
Does Woody die, or was it just the fact that was wrap up of filming?
I don't know.
So don't stop insinuating things that you don't know yet.
I'm scared.
Don't insinuate things you don't know yet.
I'm just scared.
I know that's what we do here is insinuate things we don't know yet, but stop insinuating things you don't know yet.
They got so close before though. I can't go through that again. Like that incinerator scene. I can't handle that again.
Oh yeah.
See, I've become cold and heartless now, so it's not a problem for me.
Well, you're out of retail now, so maybe your heart will warm up again.
Yeah, true. Very, very true.
Okay. June 28th, Annabelle Comes Home. Don't care. Not a big fan
saw the
of
trailer.
these movies.
Meh. I even like James Wan. Meh.
Okay. July 5th, Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about this.
I'm excited for the trailer. I don't really want to think about it too much until I see Endgame.
Yep.
I am interested that this is the official end of the phase 3 of the MCU. That's Endgame.
Interesting to me.
I mean, I feel like they're doing the same thing that they did with Ant-Man, where they made that the end of the phase 2. And then the next one was the beginning of the next phase. So it's kind of just like the epilogue to everything. So
yeah,
I'm excited for Mysterio. That's going to be really cool. I'm excited to see how they bring back Michael Keaton's Vulture.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Sam Jackson as Nick Fury. Like, yes, always. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm excited for Spider-Man.
Mysterio in it will be weird.
I'm excited for Annabelle Comes Home.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, then why didn't you speak up?
Because you guys went over it like that and then just went on. I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in it. And then you moved. And then you started talking about Spider-Man. I didn't have time to say anything.
Well, shit. I'm so happy you're excited for it.
Is this the second or third Annabelle? See, I don't even know.
This is like the third. Okay, so first you had Annabelle. Like, it's all part of this universe. Kristen loves these movies. That's how I got into it. And she showed me these like Annabelle movies, and I got into it.
And these are part of the Conjuring?
These are all part of the Conjuring thing. And so is The Nun. The Nun's part of it too. The Nun actually shows up in Conjuring 2 and in Conjuring 1. But anyway, Annabelle is like the doll, and it's in a scene in Conjuring 2 because Annabelle is something that like they have. It's part of the like relics they have of the ghosts and demons that they fought. You have Annabelle 2, and then you have this one. Annabelle Comes Home. I'm hoping this picks up on the family that they were talking to in, I believe it's the second Annabelle that's the prequel to the first Annabelle. See, that's the one thing I don't like about this series is that they didn't follow the timeline order. They just came out with like Annabelle, like this is Annabelle, this is a doll. It sucked in the blood of a girl that tried to kill her parents and then tried to kill the neighbors. And now you're going to watch a story about how the neighbors have to fight the demon that's stuck in Annabelle. And then they came out with the movie of, oh, this is how the doll got its powers. This is why Annabelle is Annabelle. And now they're coming out with this.
I feel like this is one of those franchises that once they're done making them, I will sit down and watch all of them because I just like the connectiveness of universes like this.
Yeah.
But whether it's TV shows or movies.
But
until they're done, and if they're going to jump around timeline wise, I'm not going to get that interested.
Conjuring 2 didn't jump around. The only jumping around that I've seen so far is with the Annabelle thing.
I'm talking about the whole thing.
Oh, yeah,
I saw The Conjuring, I think.
Yeah.
I always get that and Insidious confused.
Yeah.
Because they both have
Conjuring
Patrick
was
Wilson?
Yeah, they do. But yeah, no, I'm actually excited about the Annabelle coming home because I mean, honestly, at first I thought this was like the dumbest thing ever, and then Kristen had me watch them. I'm like, oh my god, this is actually really cool. Like they are legit creepy. Like
they are
creepy.
absolutely they are.
Yeah, Spider-Man: Far From Home. I can't wait for. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, no, I'm just making a note and to edit out us jumping over it for you. So.
No. I think that's funny. I really think that's funny, but you can if you want.
I'll see if I can. All right. Part of the reason I jumped so quickly was I want to talk about Stuber. Have you guys seen the trailer for Stuber?
I have. It looks fun. I love Kumail.
This is the first I'm hearing about it.
Kumail plays an Uber driver who is pretty much kidnapped by Dave Bautista, who's a cop.
Playing
track.
Yeah, he's pretty much playing tracks.
Okay, so without seeing the trailer, this reminds me of the movie that, what's his name? The rock star from Mars, Hot Shots, Part 2.
Okay.
The druggie from Ferris Bueller's Day Off that the
Charlie
sister
Sheen.
kisses. Charlie Sheen. There's a movie with Charlie Sheen breaking out of prison, and he kidnaps a woman, and they drive for the border of Mexico. And the entire movie is about just him running away from the cops.
The chase.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
This, just from the images and the movie poster, this looks like The Chase. Just a different version of it.
This is a bit of The Chase meets Taxi with Jimmy Fallon and Queen Latifah.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, no, wait. This might just be Taxi with Jimmy Fallon and Queen Latifah.
Yeah, now that you say that sounds really.
Didn't she play a cop in that? I think one of them was a cop.
I thought wasn't Queen Latifah the cop?
I think so. I just like the tagline for this: the ride share of your life.
I'm
all for Dave Bautista in comedies. Like I just rewatched Guardians 2 today, and Drax is hysterical.
He's like one of my favorite parts of that movie.
So yeah, I'm excited to see. I'll see that. I'll probably wait until it's like streaming somewhere, but I'll definitely see that.
Yeah.
July 19th, The Lion King. I think I'm saying that right.
Oh, God.
What are you guys thinking of The Lion King?
I can't wait to see it.
Devin?
I'm one of those people that doesn't think that it should be a live action movie because it's not live action. It's just CG lions. It's going to be the same thing. It didn't need to be a live action remake. I'm not that excited. Everyone fight me.
Yeah.
Don't be respectful.
Was it your
to me.
favorite Disney cartoon?
It's my favorite one too. I love it.
It's my favorite.
I think that's why I'm so protective.
I'm protective too. I'm not like I don't know what it is with these reboots, but they didn't do a good job of casting the villains. Like, or designing the villains. Like Jafar doesn't have like the gravitas in his voice that I want him to have. Scar has the gravitas, but he does not look like I want him to look.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that argument before. I don't know if I care. Here's the thing: for as much shit as I give, like, CG lions, I think they did fine.
Yeah,
like I think the one I was most shocked by was the parrot, Zazu.
Zazu, voiced by John Oliver,
which I love.
I think they had to change the design for Scar so they're just not ripping off Kimba the White Lion as much as the Lion King did. So now I'm excited for this. It's got a great cast. Donald Glover, Seth Rogen again. He keeps coming up. Beyonce, Chiwetel Ejiofor, James Earl Jones is returning. And I can't tell from the trailer if they had him redo the dialogue or if they're just using the stuff from 94.
It seems like the stuff from 94.
Yeah. Which is okay, I guess, but I'd rather it be new stuff. But then Billy Eichner is Timon. Keegan-Michael Key is playing one of the hyenas, I think.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay, so I'm watching the trailer again. I've seen it multiple times, but this time I'm watching it. They came out with a shot-for-shot trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So this annoys me, and this might be me getting nitpicky. This is not shot-for-shot. I'm sorry.
But it's
not
enough. Like, it's the same moments. Like
it's the same moments, but to me, shot-for-shot means same zoom, same angle, same movements, same animals. This is same moments, sometimes same camera angles, sometimes same animals, but it's not particularly shot for shot. Like here. Simba roars in the cartoon, and it's raining. Gray skies. He's roaring in the CGI live action remake, and
thank you.
and it's blue skies. It's not shot for shot.
Yeah.
I am nitpicking in that argument. I will admit that.
I don't think Disney has set out to say this is a shot for shot remake.
It's just that trailer.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are taking it as this looks like a shot for shot remake, which it probably isn't because they cut out a whole musical number, and I don't want to talk about it because I'm still upset.
I don't want to talk my favorite musical number too.
Be prepared.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, good.
You didn't want to see live action CGI hyenas goose stepping?
No. I do. That's not what I meant. I was so ready to get mad at you guys for saying the morning report. The song that they added.
That song doesn't count.
I was getting ready to flip shit on both of you. Sorry.
That song is so bad.
I swear to God, if that was, they gave Nala a song because you have Beyonce, so you have to give Beyonce a song.
Yeah. That's totally. I totally get that.
But okay, so Jon Favreau's directing. One of the things I'm most excited for this movie is Hans Zimmer is returning to do the score.
Yes.
And I am all for that. Like, why not? Like,
there are parts of this that prime me to really like this movie. There are parts of it that really, really make me nervous, I think.
Yeah. I mean, Lion King and Aladdin are two of my favorite Disney movies of all time. And I want to be more excited for both remakes than I am, but I'm nervous at the same time.
Yeah.
So, whereas Beauty and the Beast, I just wasn't really that big on beforehand. So,
sure.
Any other thoughts on The Lion King?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I just can't wait. I want to see it. I can't wait for it.
I just can't wait to be king.
That's good.
July 26th, we have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Devin, everyone else in Los Angeles is in this movie. Are you?
I'm not, but I should have been. Damn it.
So this is Quentin Tarantino's 9th film because the trailer makes sure you know that.
Yep.
Leo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt playing an actor and his stunt double. You got Margot Robbie as Sharon Tate. I'm excited. Like, I'm not a huge Tarantino fan, but I'm excited for this one.
This one seems really cool.
This seems like the Tarantino movie that I like. Like, I like Inglourious Basterds. I'm getting that vibe from this.
Tarantino for me is like, it all depends on my mood because there are times I watch Inglourious Basterds and I hate it.
Yeah.
But then there are other times I watch it and I enjoy it. There are times that I watch Reservoir Dogs and I love it. And there are times that I watch, other times that I try to watch and I'm like, I can't get through this. This is horrible.
Yeah.
Like, so I like, even like Kill Bill, like it's the same thing. And I've never been able to grasp what's different about me at one moment where I enjoy it and then another one where I don't. It's really hard. The only movie that he's ever made that I've been able to sit down and say, I'm enjoying this is Django Unchained.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That is the only movie that he's ever made that I've been able to watch. And every time I watch it, I enjoy it. Everything else he's ever done, I'm just like, oh, okay, this is good. And there's other times where I'm just like, what was he thinking? This is horrible. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know how else to explain it.
No,
I can get that.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. He's one of those guys who's just like hit or miss, depending on the person. Like, there are people who are diehard Tarantino fans.
And I totally get what he tries to do, and I respect it because he does what he sees and he does what he wants, and I totally get that. And I love the whole like feel that he does for his movies because he really likes the old Japanese films. Like, I totally get that. It's just there are some times I'll watch Kill Bill and I love it, and there's other times I watch Kill Bill and I'm just like, I don't understand what you're doing. I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I'll probably go see this in theaters if I get the chance.
Yeah, I probably will too, honestly.
July 31st, the furthest thing we can get from a Quentin Tarantino movie. Dora the Explorer in the Lost City of
I have
Gold.
nothing. I have absolutely nothing to say.
I mean, this looks like the College Humor trailer that they made making fun of a live action Dora the Explorer movie.
Yes.
That's what this looks like.
It does, though.
And to be perfectly honest, that better be what this is.
Yeah.
I'm just that better be what this is.
I just hope that at the end, Michael Pena just goes through and tells you the whole thing of what happened, like he does in the event in Ant-Man. All right, August.
Is it weird that it doesn't seem like Michael Pena, but the idea of Michael Pena? Like, it doesn't seem like they're using him well in this, based on the trailer.
Yeah, I don't. I feel it feels like Spy Kids. Like the parents disappear, and then she has to go rescue them, which is something we've seen before. So,
but Diego's in it. Neat.
Yeah. I'm excited to see Benicio del Toro as Sniper or Swiper.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's real.
Who is that? The character.
The Swiper? He's the fox who steals every time. So every time Dora catches him stealing whatever they're hunting for, Swiper, she gets the kids to yell, "Swiper, no swiping! Swiper, no swiping! Swiper, no swiping!" And Swiper just goes, "Oh man!" and like throws the thing down and runs away. He's a fox in the cartoons.
For the non-studio audience, I have a blank look of expression on my face.
Yes.
And I'm wondering how many episodes of the actual Dora the Explorer show you two have seen. You have a niece, so I understand.
No, we have younger siblings. Like this was on Nick Jr. all the time in my house. Like
what age? Like what year? Because
early 2000s. Like when Dora the Explorer was height, like 2003.
Okay.
So I was like in middle school.
You were in middle school.
Yeah.
Okay. Devon? Well, you two were in the same grade.
Not a single episode. I haven't seen any of this.
Okay.
Well, your sisters have better taste than mine.
They watched Teen Titans. I was loving it.
Because
I never got that.
Because I like Dora the Explorer movie. Cool. Saw the trailer. This must be for the parents, I'm guessing. Like
no.
Like I'm like if I want to watch hey, let's watch Dora the Explorer. Okay, I'll go watch Rampage. You have fun. You have fun.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this thing up and talk about August really quick. And not super quick, but okay. August 2nd, we have 2 movies coming out. Maybe. The first maybe, and I'll get into this why the second one's a maybe in a bit. First one is Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
I cannot wait. Give it to me now.
This movie looks batshit insane. And I remember when the Fast and Furious movies were about stealing TVs and VCRs, and now they're superheroes.
They were about stealing high-end electronics for the time period. You got to remember what year that movie came out, first off.
I know. But still, like, just the evolution of these movies has been insane to me. Like, I enjoyed Fast 5. Like, that's the only one of the later ones that I've seen.
Okay. So, Fast 1, Fast 2, Tokyo Drift, I like. I had no idea that this movie series was continuing until I happened across a trailer for Fast 6.
Okay.
Somehow 4 and 5 happened in a vacuum that I just was not aware of.
4 was the last time I walked. No. 4 was the first time in a long time that I walked out of a movie. Because it was at the drive-in.
You walked out of a movie?
I was at the drive. So I drove out of the movie. It was at the drive-ins. It was the second feature after the Avengers. And I was just like, yeah, I don't care. I don't know who any of these people are. I just left mid-movie. The last time I did it was Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
That's so sad. Nicolas Cage.
He pissed fire and then I left. Like,
But he's a flaming skeleton. Of course he's going to piss fire.
Yeah, I knew that was that movie's bad. Like,
I understand completely. I was about to say, what did you expect from a Ghost Rider movie?
Yeah.
Like,
real quick before we get back into Hobbs and Shaw, there's a video going around online of Nicolas Cage celebrating his recent annulment from his wife.
yeah.
It's him drunk at a karaoke bar yelling "Purple Rain" into the microphone, like he's doing "Purple Rain." He's like, "Purple Rain, Purple Rain." Like that's what it is. Like it's ridiculous.
up.
I will
need
send
this.
it to you guys. Anyway, Hobbs and Shaw.
Okay.
Can't wait.
This movie looks ridiculous.
Can't wait. I like Idris Elba's the bad guy.
I'm excited to see him be a bad guy because it feels like he's always like a good guy, but not like the main good guy.
Right. Right. I think it'll be neat to see him in a bad role.
Yeah.
I want to see this movie. I'll wait for it to come out on some streaming or DVD or something. Yes, DVD, not Blu-ray.
Yeah. The latest trailer for this had like a Hawaiian aspect to it, which you did not get at all in the first trailer.
I didn't see the second trailer then.
The second
Interesting.
trailer, they go to hide out with Dwayne Johnson's family in Hawaii because, you know, The Rock wanted to shoot in Hawaii because he's from Hawaii. So
Right.
it's them like, okay, we don't have any guns or ammo, so we got to like fight them with hula skirts.
Fucking great. I can't
don't-
wait.
I don't know what this movie is, but okay. The second movie that's supposed to come out August 2nd is The New Mutants.
All right, so this is the only movie. So I walked through this list and was watching the trailers. I saw this movie, went, we'll probably talk about it, and then I went, I don't even want to watch the trailer.
The trailer came out 2 years ago.
What?
Yeah, the trailer came out a long ass time ago. This movie was supposed to come out April last year. So the trailer came out in 2017. And I think it was connected to like Thor Ragnarok.
Wow.
And then it got pushed back because they didn't want it to interfere with Deadpool. So it got pushed back to November. And then it got pushed back again to like February of this year. And then everything with the Fox Disney buyout, like they moved Dark Phoenix a few times too. Like that movie was supposed to come out last year. So this movie's coming out in August of this year, supposedly, but it might not. I wouldn't be surprised if this one didn't actually make it to theaters and came out with like Disney Plus or Hulu, one of the two.
Is it just the X-Men?
It's like a X-Men horror movie.
I don't understand why I'm so excited for like a Superman horror movie, but not an X-Men horror movie.
5 young mutants just discovering their abilities while held in a secret facility against their will fight to escape their past sins and save themselves.
Yeah.
That's the description on IMDb.
Sounds terrible. I'm sorry.
It's got Macy Williams in it.
What?
Yeah, Macy Williams, Anya Taylor-Joy, who was in Split and Glass. And then the kid who plays Will's brother on Stranger Things is in it.
Yeah. I'm watching the trailer now.
Which I really like. I really like Anya.
Yeah.
I really like her as an actress.
The problem is this was shot, what, now 4 years ago? And honestly, after watching this week's Game of Thrones, I don't know if I can go back to watching a young Macy Williams.
We've been sullied.
She's 22 years old.
I know.
She's 22 years old.
But when she shot...
She's like my sister,
yeah,
though.
It's weird because... like watching a character like that grow up, you know what happens, right? Like I'm guessing you saw the memes. And stuff.
Yes.
Like it's just weird. Like especially being an older brother. Like
I shared a meme.
Yeah.
I shared a meme to a friend of mine that had that scene of like obviously they didn't show anything, like it was cut from like the mid chest up, and then on the bottom it's the meme of the guy pointing at himself in the mirror, and it says, "You're not a pedophile. She's 22 years old."
Yeah. But still, like seeing like these characters who have grown up like in the last few years since they shot this movie, like going back to seeing them young again, it's gonna be weird at this point. Because I know they've gone back and reshot stuff, but this movie feels like it was Fox's last attempt of reviving the X-Men franchise, and then they got bought out. So it's just kind of like leftovers.
Yeah.
Sometimes leftovers can be good. Sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
I don't know if
Leftover spaghetti is my fave.
I don't think this will be good
my
enough to be
fave.
incorporated into the MCU.
Well, that's fine.
So-
It could be a one-off. My favorite comic book is Red Sun, and that's just one comic book. There's
Yeah.
no follow-up to it at all.
Yeah, and that's what DC's doing with their comic books now. Like their comic book movies is just
Yeah.
the one-offs. Like,
They
that's why we're
should.
getting the Joker,
Yeah.
which we're not going to
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about now because that comes out in the fall. So,
Right.
all right, Artemis Fowl comes out August 9th.
No idea.
This is a book, right?
Yeah, so I read every book when I was younger. I love this book series. I'm really upset that it took this long to come out, but I feel like it would have been overshadowed by Harry Potter had it come out earlier in life. I don't think I agree with their casting of his sidekick because he was like, if they cast Dave Bautista as his sidekick, I would have been okay with it. Like, he's just supposed to be a much, much, much bigger like guy, but fine. I mean, it's like A Wrinkle in Time. I'll probably see it because of how much I loved it as a kid, but probably won't like it as much as I loved it as a kid.
I like Kenneth Branagh as a director, so
Yes.
I'm interested to see this now. Like, I don't know this book series at all, so
The only thing that interests
It's
me
fun.
is the one actress, Judi Dench. Judi Dench.
Judi Dench.
Judi Dench. I'm looking at the pictures. Devin, I've never read these books. I had no idea about this until like we're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
I'm just it looks like Wrinkle in Time. It looks like
It really does, though. Yeah. I mean, that's also speaking of Kenneth Branagh and Dame Judi Dench. We didn't talk about All Is True, but that's going to come out this summer too.
Yeah, that wasn't on the list. I don't know if that's already out or.
Oh, I don't know. It was.
Oh yeah,
Where does IMDb have it?
May 10th. I missed that one
I mean,
because
it's
it does-
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
Today's actually Speak Like Shakespeare Day.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna.
so we have to go
Fuck
back
it.
and redo this whole podcast.
No. Thou
Ah.
shall not.
We'll just do a reading of the Star Wars Shakespeare script that I have on my shelf.
That's
I have it
tempting.
too.
You have it?
I love it. I love it so
Oh,
much.
We need to do that as a bonus episode. We'll just do a scene.
Absolutely. Oh, we
Um,
really should though.
Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do that after this. All right. So
Good.
going back, rounding out August, we have Angry Birds 2.
I love the first one, but I don't know if I want to see the second one. To be perfectly honest.
I finally saw the trailer for the second one today. It looks like just a typical animated movie sequel where, okay, we're friends now. Now we got to fight this other enemy, and it like I've seen this movie before, but it's got a good cast. I'll give it that. You got Jason Sudeikis, Bill Hader, Peter Dinklage. Like, what's not to like about that? At least,
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
All right.
I'm more excited for this than say like the Playmobil movie, which was supposed to come out this summer and then they moved it, so we can't talk about it.
Did you know that was
As
gonna
I
be a thing?
always say, when anybody were to ask me when I worked in retail, when somebody said, "Hey, where's the Playmobil?" I always said, "What are you talking about?"
Oh, we're gonna definitely talk about the Playmobil movie in the future, but finally, the last one in August that I want to talk about, and there's no trailer for it, so we can't really talk about it that much. But there's a movie coming out called Angel Has Fallen, which is the third in the Olympus Has Fallen trilogy,
Oh.
where Gerald Butler is framed for an attempted presidential assassination, I guess.
I didn't even know that movie series was the trilogy.
I didn't either, but evidently there's a third one coming out, so I guess I have to see London Has Fallen now.
London is Fallen is amazing.
Is it? I liked Olympus
As
Has
in-
Fallen a
Okay,
lot.
now this is the whole like Olympus London Fallen is like the one exception to me saying before how like these modern action movies just don't interest me.
Yeah.
I watched Olympus Has Fallen simply because that came out and like White House Down came
Yeah.
out around like the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and I like Gerard Butler more, so I watched that. And that was like, oh my God, that was amazing. And then I was like, okay, cool, London Has Fallen. What in the world could they do to outdo Olympus Has Fallen when it comes to like action stuff? And I won't get into it, but as an action person, the opening sequence, I almost cried.
Okay.
Really?
Like, just how like it was a mix of like, as an action fan of like just guns blazing, it was beautiful, but at the same time it's heart-wrenching.
Okay.
And it was one of those things where I was like awed by like the camera angles and the amount of timing and just everything they had to do to prep to film what they did, and just the tragedy of it.
Yeah.
Like, I almost cried in the opening sequence of London Has Fallen.
I remember the opening sequence of Olympus Has Fallen was pretty...
Oh, it's intense.
It is intense, too.
London Has Fallen is like 5 times
So I'm
greater.
guessing the opening sequence for this one's got to be the assassination attempt on the president.
It's got to be.
I like that they're following the Die Hard model of, okay, he's trapped in a building. Now he's trapped in a city. Now he's trapped in the country. Like, it just keeps growing. Like, his environment just is getting bigger and bigger to the point where he's going to be dodging helicopters crashing at him and going to Russia with his son. So yeah, that's the summer movie season.
All right.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one. There's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about. What movie are you guys most excited for? Ryan, we'll start with you. What's your number one at the top of your list?
So it goes...
I guess we can do top threes. Yeah.
My top 3, Pikachu, Endgame, Godzilla. Like, those are the 3 that I'm most... Like, well, I mean, not really Endgame, because that one's coming out.
Yeah, I wouldn't count Endgame.
So I'm not counting Endgame. Pikachu, Godzilla, and I gotta look for the next one.
Annabelle.
Yeah, I'll put that one down. Annabelle.
I am really sorry that we skipped over it because I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
I think that's funny. I think that was a funny sequence because you guys because I was like half listening.
I did not know that about you. I did not know you liked the Annabelle movies at all. We just. All right.
Well, hello, Anna.
So Devin, what are your top 3?
My top 3 are John Wick, absolutely friggin' number 1, then Brightburn, and then Detective Pikachu.
Okay, so my top 3 are Rocket Man,
Ooh,
Aladdin, and Lion King. I got to tie those 2.
damn.
And I think that zombie one with Bill Murray. Like,
That one looks so good.
I haven't seen the trailer for it, but just the cast of people in that is insane. So that does it for our summer movie preview. Make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. We'll be releasing our Endgame review early next week. Hopefully by Monday we will have it up. For you who have to watch this podcast, I'm Alan.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Devin.
And we'll see you next week.